Alright, welcome to YugiBOOM, you guys. It's Abe here in the YugiBOOM lab, bringing you another spicy deck profile. Revolving one of my favorite ritual monsters, Saphira, and we added we added it with blue eyes. And yeah, check it out. YugiBOOM! Yeah, so with this deck, I really like Saphira a lot as a monster. She has really good effects, and I used to have it in a Heretic build, but now with the Link mechanic and Master Rule 4, it's really hard to get Zulkin out. But you know, I decided to add it with a very powerful Light Dragon deck, just like the Heretics, and I decided to put it together with Blue Eyes. Alright, so we run 3 Saphira Queen of Dragons. She's really good. She has 3 really good effects. Draw 2 cards. You could discard a random card. Or I'm sorry. Draw 2 cards and discard a card. Make your opponent discard 1 random card from their hand. Or you can add a light monster back from your graveyard to your hand. So that way you can recur resources. And you can only activate that effect the end phase of the turn she was ritual summoned, or whenever a light monster is sent from hand or deck to the graveyard. So like I said, with Veilers, you have Veiler in the deck and Honest, so you could trigger her effect off quite easily. So yeah, that's why I like running her. And now into the Blue Eyes. We run, of course, 3 Blue Eyes alternative white dragon. You know, reveal a Blue Eyes and you summon him from your hand. And then his insane removal effect. Yeah, just a really good boss monster, and it's so easy to summon. So yeah, and then the next one is 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon. Of course, you need 3 of these to summon an alternative White Dragon, or just with the Stone of Ancients effect and Melody of Awakening and all those good cards. Yeah, just to summon a 3K beater in this deck is pretty easy. So yeah, and have the different artwork, so it looks really cool, you know. So alright, so we also run 3 Dragon Spirit of Whites. Special summon them off Return of the Dragon Lords or White Stone of Ancients effect, because he's considered a Blue Eyes card, and you know, get to destroy or banish spells and traps way better than destroying them. So yeah, he's really good, and you know, going to rank 8 or level 9 synchros with this deck is really easy, especially with Sage with Eyes of Blue, level 1 light tuner. Get your Veilers to your hand, your White Stone of Ancients to hand. And you know, a lot of times I forget about his second effect where you can summon a Blue Eyes from the deck. That can come pretty handy when you have something out there and you know, kind of want to do an extra play. So yeah, he has really good effects. And then we run 3 White Stone of Ancients. Always want to use them for discard fodder, especially with Melody or anything like that. That way you can get the effect off in the end phase, and also he can always recur back your Blue Eyes monsters. So that's really good. I don't run the other level 1 tuner, I forgot the name of it, but the other one that lets you add a Blue Eyes. I have enough level 1 monsters in this deck as it is. Then we also run 2 Effect Veiler for a hand trap. You know, you can basically search this whenever you need to, so why not run Veiler? And then also my other hand trap, Honest, the all light deck, why not run Honest? It's, you know, just to get over a big monster, or if, you know, they don't know you have it in your hand, you can always use it. And then one monster I run just in case sometimes if I can't like summon something, or if I have kind of a dead hand, because sometimes you can get a pretty bricky hand. I do like running the Assault Wyvern. If it destroys a monster out of battle, you can tribute it, and you can special summon a dragon from your hand or graveyard. So he's really good to get out your Blue Eyes from your hand, or the Dragon Spirit of White, or also the next monster that I'm gonna show. That way you can get get bigger dragons on the board. So I like him. He's 1800, so that's always good attack value. And I like running the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Like I said, with the effect with Assault Wyvern, you could tribute it, summon this guy, you know, attack again if you need be, and then you could always use the effect to summon back maybe a Blue Eyes or whatever. And yeah, so it's a good dragon monster. And then for the Saphiras, to help get Saphira back or from your deck to your hand, we run 3 pre-preparation rights. This card's so good. It's a +1. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing more to say about this card. It's just really good. So get the Saphiras. I just want to run pre-preparation rights because sometimes, like I said, I'd rather have pre-prep than prep because you can just add it from deck to hand. Sometimes, you know, maybe you run, or maybe you draw into Saphira so you don't have any more targets for this. But that's why I like pre-prep, because you can get it from the grave instead with the ritual monster, not the spell. But it can come in handy, you know, depending. And then we run 3 of the ritual spells. Hymn of Light to summon Saphira. And it can also protect Saphira if she would be destroyed by battle by card effects. So that's good. Protection for Saphira, especially if you have Return of the Dragon Lords in the grave, so double protection. I just want 1 melody. I would probably bump this up to 2, but sometimes just resolving 1 is enough. If you have 2, it can get like but just resolving 1's already like enough to get you through. I do run 3 trade-ins since we do have a lot of level 8s. Discard the blue eyes and just draw 3 or draw 2. I'm sorry, and yeah, trade is always a good draw card, especially for those, you know, higher level decks. Then you run 2 Return of the Dragon Lords, just to give. It can't summon back Saphira, which sucks, but it could bring back all the other stuff. It does protect Saphira at least if it's in the graveyard, so at least that's okay. But yeah, just to bring back an alternative dragon or blue eyes, it's always good. So why not run that card? And then for removal, play 1 Regeki, 1 Dark Hole. Yeah, I mean, they're just good cards. Why not run them? You have space in this deck. And then 1 warning, just in case you happen to draw, you could just stop your opponent from whatever they're doing. So that is the main deck. We'll go into the extra deck. Running 2 Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. He has really good effect of, you know, you limit your opponent from special summoning 2 or more. So that really hinders pendulum based decks, and you know, his effect to stop to negate something in the grave is also really good. But yeah, and then also his effect to, you know, tribute himself, summon like a Black Rose, Moonlight Dragon, or Michael. It's really good because that way, if you have a tuner in hand, you can always go into Crystal Wing. Crystal Wing is always really good. So yeah, Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. It's always a good, and also a good booty to put on board too. 1 Azure Eyes. You know, now with the Spirit Dragon, you don't really summon, or you don't really go into Azure Eyes as much. Well, I mean, I don't. So that's why I just still run the 1. He's still really good though if you can summon him. If you summon him, you know, just to get back Blue Eyes and stuff. And then for the level 7s, I do run 1 Black Rose Moonlight Dragon and 1 Arc Lightsworn. Black Rose Moonlight Dragon over the regular one because you could summon it off the Spirit Dragon and you get its effect when it's special summoned, so that's always good. And Michael is just good to banish something from your opponent's field just by paying life points. So there's that. And then 1 Crystal Wing because Crystal Wing is Crystal Wing. And when you can make synchros, especially level 8s, why not run this guy? And then just for the link, just 1 new or 1 of the Hip Hoshinigan, if I said that correctly, just to give your big monsters already more attack points, make them even harder to get over. Why not? And you can always get your monsters back, especially if he gets destroyed. And for the XEs, I do want to Pin Sprite in case you have a lot of like tuners, you know, the level 1 guys. Get her, summon her, and then you can like at least draw, you know, and if it's a spell and trap, you get to add it to your hand, so, you know, why not? And then for the level 6, especially if you have like a lot of Saphiras on board, sometimes Beatrice Lady Eternal always comes in good, and Utopia Beyond. Now with cards being untargetable, Utopia Beyond is really good because it makes all your opponent's monsters 0, so he can be good to just get around big monsters. Beatrice is just good to dumping things in the grave if need be, so that's why they're in the deck. And then for the level 8s, 1 Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy. To negate a spell is always good, especially if it's a power spell that your opponent needs to play. So yeah, that's why he's always good. one Prime Photon Dragon. I mean, you don't get as a, I mean, he does half damage because you know we don't run Galaxy Eyes, but just to have a 4K beater out there, it's just good. And then one Felgrand. Took me forever to get this card, but I finally have it. It's always one of those cards that's hard to get around, unless you do, I don't know, whatever you can. But yeah, he just kind of reminds me of the Super Dora train. But yeah, so Felgrand is always good. He's just, like I said, always annoying to get around because of his effect. One card I'm trying out is the Sunaphon, the Sky Prison. He's like, you know, it could be a big booty when you have it on board. And then also it could stop either player from special summoning monsters from the grave. So, like I said, that could really hurt your opponent. And like I said, he gains defense for attack and defense for every monster in the graveyard. So he can become, like I said, a big booty or a big attacker. Another monster trying out for the rank 8s is number 23, Lancelot. He can attack directly, so just neat. Instead of getting over your monsters, you could always, for the late game, just attack over directly, or and also you can negate something. So that's always good. But yeah, so that's it for the deck profile, you guys. Just like if you like what I put together here with Saphira and Blue Eyes, comment down below what do you think I should add or take out or anything like that into the deck. Just make sure you check out our Twitter and Instagram for more updates, and yeah, just make sure you like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Thanks. See, you don't want, sometimes spell and traps get, effects when they're destroyed. This one banishes, so it's really... God damn it, Joe. I'm gonna start again with the Dragon Spirit away.
I'm sorry, just start that part over. That's my fault.
I know. Alright.
Shut up.